Wow.
I wasn't in the mood before, but now I'm in the
See?
mood.
I knew it would get you. Wow, look at us.
Dude, this is cheers, man.
Cheers. Cheers to the...
It only took 7 days of setting this up to get it started.
You don't realize how much shit there is.
Yeah, I mean, you did all the work. I just laid around, but I still got to see how much work it was, and it's incredible.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that's involved in it, but we're here.
Yeah.
And we have a little soundboard, and hopefully everything's getting recorded good, and you know, we'll see.
At least we know we look good. The sound is the only thing we have to worry about.
Exactly.
For those of you that are just listening to the audio, we're really good looking.
Yeah, I would say you're probably way better looking than I am. Let's just say that.
I'm at least an Encino 7.
All right, I like that. The Encino scale. I'd say you're more than that, buddy. And we got Coda with us in the house, and she's probably the best looking out of all of us, to be honest with you.
She's like one of those girls that knows she's pretty.
Exactly.
It's annoying.
Exactly.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's my dog.
She's a very, very beautiful dog, and she's such a sweetheart too. She's just straight up chilling.
Only took 2.5 years for her to stop acting like a complete psycho.
She knows we're talking about her.
She does.
Well, hey, buddy, how's it going,
dude?
We're
is
here.
The peak of my life.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think probably we should at least just talk about what we're doing and the idea of this whole thing. And I had a little brush with making a podcast, but I think that this is going to just make a lot more sense because we spend every fucking day together.
Well, I think it was just I was the best guest on your podcast.
I think that was it.
And then I just stole you.
I think you're
So all your friends are going to hate me now, but it's
that's okay. We'll have them on as guests at some point.
Full circle.
There you go. So we probably should dive into how we met and just retouch on some of the things that some people might already know. Yeah. But some people might not know. Yeah. Some new
it's a beautiful story of a friendship, of a bromance. It's a beautiful story of love.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Why don't you regale us?
Yeah, let's see. So for those of you that don't know, Matt and I met on a reality TV show. This would be his first stint on reality and my second stint on reality. Probably both of our last stints, but who knows? We'll see. So for those of you that don't know, I was on American Idol a few years ago, and then more recently, Matt and I met on a show called Listen to Your Heart. Wrong network. So it was The Bachelor Presents Listen to Your Heart. It was a part of the Bachelor franchise. It was a singing love show on ABC. Chris Harrison was the host.
R.I.P.
Yeah, all right. Too soon. Shout out Chris. We love you, Chris.
Yeah, no, we love him. We do.
And so anyway, Matt, there was people from. I'll let you tell part of the story, but
sure.
I'll recount my parts. So I get there. I'm assuming it's going to be all like really skinny, like singer guys that like music. Most musicians and singers are not. You don't think of them as being like buff or fit.
There's a type, definitely a musician type.
Yeah. So I walk in and I see Matt and a few other dudes that are just jacked out of their. I'm like, am I at a NFL combine? Like I thought I was in a music show. Anyway, so Matt and I just hit it off right away, and I'm like, I'm trying to remember exactly how the conversation went. I think I was like, where are you from? And he's like, I'm Connecticut. He's like, but I live in this little town in LA called Encino.
Yeah,
I thought he was messing with me because I also live in Encino, and I'm like, dude, I live in Encino, and it turns out we lived like a block from each other,
which is wild. It's absolutely wild because LA is such a huge place.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Well, and there were people on the show from Nashville, from the East Coast, from all over the place.
Yeah,
and we happened to be right down the street.
I think it's fate, buddy. We were supposed to meet.
Yeah, very serendipitous. And yeah, we went on the show to find love, and I always joke that we found it, but in the form of a bromance. And yeah, now we're best friends.
Yeah,
we have a podcast.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I think it was fate, definitely.
I like to think that too.
The bro gods came in, and just made it happen.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Do you remember our first conversation?
Oh man, I just remember being so overwhelmed with like everything. Yeah. And then I started talking to you and some of the other guys, and just it put me at ease because you guys were so normal and so nice. And I just remember the same kind of thoughts going through my head. I was like, man, this is going to be overwhelming, and there's going to be like,
and it was
egomaniac kind of it was I thought there was going to be the very, very like hard types of people to deal with, because sometimes musicians are tough to deal with. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm the easiest guy in the world, because just because I have my own anxiety about things and like put up walls and stuff like that. But I thought it was going to be a bunch of brooding musicians in a house, and like nobody wanted to like interact with anybody, and it was really refreshing to see that there was guys like yourself who were just so down to earth and normal. Yeah. And so that helped a lot. That put me at ease.
Well, and we had so Matt and I were the first ones in the hot tub.
That's right.
So we became known as the Encino Hot Tub Boys.
Right.
And that was we were bonded.
And we were tripping, because we were like, this is it. We're gonna be remembered as the friggin' hot tub guys, like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. And no one remembered other than us.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty fun. That's pretty cool that we met on that show, and now we have a lifelong traumatic experience that we faced together.
Yeah, and so coming off the show, we didn't know that a pandemic was going to happen, and it aired at the beginning.
That's right.
So we were like, we both fortunately made it pretty far on the show. We were like, okay, coming off the show, we're going to be able to tour, and we're going to be able to perform for audiences, and it's going to be great. And then country shuts down immediately upon. Actually, our show was like the last show it aired like during the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So then we just literally played Call of Duty every day for like a year because there was nothing else to do.
It felt like 10 years.
Yeah.
But yes, that's exactly what happened. We were like gearing up for our big break and a bunch of great opportunities, and it was like, get inside, play some Call of Duty.
Yeah, which was great for a while.
Which was great, yeah.
Yeah, the first 6 months it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much every day we woke up and it was like, where are we dropping in? Where are we dropping in today?
And now we do that today, but then we also incorporate some work in there too.
You got to get out and here's a good time to talk about how the pandemic is kind of slowly wrapping up a little bit.
Yeah, so June 15th is the official LA, like no masks, no nothing.
That's great.
Wide open.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel good to just like kind of get back to normal.
It's gonna feel. I know it's like even sounds like a joke saying it, but it's gonna feel so strange just walking in places with no.
Oh
mask.
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, I look forward to that. I look forward to music and going and playing shows and going and seeing shows. And, I miss all those things. It feels so bizarre, like not having gone to the movies and not having. Yeah. Gone out to like bars and just to go watch a game and all that stuff has vanished from our lives.
Speaking of which, I got to see Matt. He hasn't gone out like at all. And so since the show, like he forgot that like once you're on a TV show, people kind of recognize you in person and ask for photos. And so Matt hasn't got to reap those benefits, if you will. So we went out for the first time. We went to Bungalow in Santa Monica, which is like, if you don't know, that's like the poppin' spot in Santa Monica.
It's lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
It's lit. Yeah. And I see all these people coming up to take pictures with Matt. He's like, "Bro, do you see this?" I'm like, "Dude, I know. Like, you're famous. I know you don't know this.
It's wild. It was a wild thing.
So that was cool to see. That was awesome.
It's like you said, it's been so long since I've done anything, since I've gone out, since I stayed pretty much locked in this whole time. Yeah. And I forgot that we were on a friggin' TV show. I forgot that people watched it.
Dude, I was dying laughing. So some people that would come up, like, they would know who Matt was and want a photo with him and not know who the fuck I was, and then vice versa.
Right, which is
bizarre.
Matt
was like, "How the fuck would someone know who you were and not me, or know who I am and not you?" It was just so funny.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It was so funny.
What show were you watching? If you know me but you don't know Trevor, that doesn't make any sense.
That one girl was like, "Oh my god, I love Listen to Your Heart. It was the greatest show ever." And then you were like, "Oh, so you know Trevor right here?" And she's like, "No." I'm like,
"Yeah, dude, that doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't make any sense." Anyway, so yeah, that was a pretty cool experience getting some photos with some people. It's an overwhelming and like I'm super grateful for anybody who thinks that I'm cool and like cool enough to like want to come up and ask for a picture. That's so cool. Yeah. So I don't think I'll ever get used to that, and I think that's just a really cool thing. Yeah. That we're really lucky that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So we should probably talk about a little bit of the stuff that you're working on right now, stuff that I'm working on, stuff that we're going to be working on together, ideas for the future of this podcast, the future of our music, maybe some stuff that we're going to be doing together.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, let us know. Let's talk to the people about what you're working.
Talk to my dad.
Talk to me.
Dude. So I know you've been doing it too. I've been writing and recording pretty much the whole pandemic, trying to get some music out there. I've been going back and forth to Nashville. I have like this love-hate relationship with Nashville because I fucking love it because it's the greatest music town ever and it's incredible. The only downside is, well, one, you're not there yet.
Yes, that's true.
And two, there's no surfing out there, which sucks.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
that's a big part of your life.
Yeah, so that's that and some family reasons are basically the two reasons I don't live there yet.
Yeah, and because I'm here.
3 reasons.
Right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, your family. Yeah. So
that's right.
Same incorporated.
It's included in that.
Yeah, but yeah. So the goal for me right now, aside from our Super Smokin' podcast, is basically to secure a record deal. That's kind of been my goal for a while. So.
That's great, and I think that you definitely will get there for sure.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
You've been working hard. You have a couple singles coming out, or at least one, right?
Yeah, it's so crazy. I know you've seen how the music industry has changed over the past few years. It used to be about like recording. Well, it used to be about recording a full length album and releasing that, and then it became about an EP, and now it's like a world of singles. Especially because, like, it's so crazy what TikTok can do for artists now. Where just one song, and then you instantly get like millions of hits, and you have a record deal the next day. It's fucking crazy.
It's a completely different landscape of how the trajectory of somebody's career goes. Mm-hmm. It could be something as simple as that. Like, a little TikTok gets you there overnight.
It's wild.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so what's the name of the new single that you're going to be releasing?
I'm actually still currently trying to decide which one's coming next.
Okay.
I have a sad one. That's actually, they're both kind of sad, but one's slower than the other, and I feel like in the middle of summer it feels weird to release a slow song.
All right. I love a good slow.
Yeah,
slow song.
Me too. I don't know. The timing feels weird, so I might release the more upbeat one. I don't know. We got to figure it out.
All
Maybe
right.
by the next episode I'll know, but I don't know yet.
Well, I will follow back up with you on that.
What's the latest with your music?
Latest with mine is I've been recording and I've been demoing out tunes. So for people who don't really know the whole process, in the beginning, I especially me, and I think a lot of people, I just get the bones of the songs down. Yeah. So like basic chord structures, the melody, top line over the whole thing, and then maybe some light production, like a little drums, a little bass, start adding a little keyboard parts. But so I'm in that part of the process with a few of the songs right now. Working at Blue Dream Studios, a friend of mine, Raquel Rodriguez, and Sam.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. And her husband, Sam, they have the dopest studio out here. And I'm lucky enough to be able to go over there and work on some of this stuff with them. So I'm super excited about that single. And I'm super excited about shows that we're going to be booking for this summer. And, it's weird. Just dusting off the pandemic and starting to get reached back out to from venues and trying to book some shows. And it's like this, like I forgot, like I gave up. Like in my brain, it was like, this is not going to happen. So I just like abandoned it in my brain.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm so excited that it's starting to come back again. And then we're just going to be preparing for that, basically that. And then me moving into a new place. Yeah. So that, that's where I'm at right now, and it's good. It feels good. It feels like we're getting to the end of this nightmare that's been the pandemic.
It's absolutely insane. And but what's exciting though is it feels like there's this collective excitement and re-energize. I don't even know if this is a real word. Re-energization, is that a word?
It could be. We could make it a word.
That people are just so stoked just to go see live. Like I remember the first live show I went to since the pandemic. I was in Nashville, and it was some shitty cover band, not good at all. But I had a beer in my hand, and it was just like,
it felt good.
Live music and like people, like wow, like you don't realize how much you take that stuff for granted.
I know. This was a test. This was like a test. This whole thing was like, man, it puts everything into perspective. Yeah, really, it really does. Yeah. But I'm glad that we came out on the other side. Obviously, so many people went through so much terrible shit, and you know, my heart goes out to all those people.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that we can hopefully be past all this stuff and just have some normalcy return.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For us, Trevor, we're gonna be keeping on with the podcast. We're gonna be making some TikTok content. We're
big TikTokers now.
Yeah, we're
In fact,
we're talking.
Matt's gonna start styling his hair different. Like
I'm gonna do it.
TikToker.
We're gonna do a whole TikTok tutorial on how to TikTok your hair.
Yeah.
TikTok style. How to get the TikTok style of the kids these days.
Speaking of which, we saw the other day we were at the gym. And we saw this group of what would appear to be like TikTok kids. So when you think of TikTok kids, you think of like, they're like 18, 19, 20. And they all have this like, it's like a fluff that goes forward like in the front. And Matt's like, there was like 7 of them. And I could see Matt like keep peeking over at them. And he's like, yo, how long do you think it would take me just to take all of them out?
It was like a valid question.
Yeah.
I didn't really like want to harm them.
No, not out of hate. He was just legitimately curious. Yeah, and I was curious too. I was like, let's find out.
It's just like, you know, it's a different situation than when I was growing up. I feel like you know, we were doing. I don't know how to say this without like being like an idiot, but like we were doing like dirty shit and like you know, rolling around in dirt and fighting each other and like kids had scars all over them and cuts, and you were a kid, and you like, I feel like that kind of doesn't happen that much. And anymore.
You know what's funny about that is like we were doing that stuff, and our dads were looking at us like, "Oh, these pussies."
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Every generation just gets softer and softer.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Like we were the TikTokers to our dads.
Yeah, exactly.
And now the TikTokers are. It's
exactly
that was us. It's crazy.
I think that we grew up in the perfect time.
Yeah, we're the last of the Brohegans.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call this episode. The last of the Brohegans. I love that. No, we did. We grew up, our generation, I feel like we grew up in that perfect time where there was technology. Yeah. But not a lot. Not enough to just completely consume your life.
Right.
Where you didn't want to go out and explore and like figure shit out on your own.
We had the perfect amount of tech. You said it just right. The perfect amount where you could live comfortably, but it didn't completely consume your life.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You had to like work for some shit. Yeah. You had to like figure out how to spell some shit on your own.
Dude, that's why I think arguably the 90s is probably the greatest decade of all time.
I would say you have a good argument for that, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And I would say the 2020s are probably going to go down as the fucking worst.
The worst, yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be like super pessimistic, but honestly, 2020s have been, you know, hopefully it gets better.
Right.
But not off to a great start. Right. We could probably say that that's accurate.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a quick question for you, Matt.
I have a quick answer.
In my notes, I wanted to ask you this. It's super important.
Lay it on me.
Okay. So everyone first should know that Scarlett Johansson is Matt. I'm going to put you on blast. And Scarlett, if you're listening.
Oh my God. I'm so scared.
Matt may or may not be single. So Matt, would you marry Scarlett Johansson if you could only have sex once a year?
Wow. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
And that kind of sucks. Once a year, but do we do other stuff like throughout the year?
You can make out. That makes it even worse.
It's fucking whack, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We only have sex once a year.
That's all you get. And
I don't even get any like a little
But that night you can go buck anything you want one night of the year.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Wow.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
That's crazy.
And I know how much you love her.
I do love her. I mean, honestly, if she wants to like work some shit out like that, maybe I'll talk to her about it.
Yeah.
But
God, men are gross. They only want one thing. It's disgusting.
No, I mean, you know, come on.
I know. That's terrible.
You're right, though. That's probably you know, I don't know. Maybe.
No,
but probably not. Anyway,
that was the answer I was expecting. Kind of.
Yeah. That's a hard Hard answer.
Yep.
Hard question to answer.
I know.
Because, you know, honestly, I'm sure we would have some great just, you know, moments together.
Sure.
Just chilling.
Yep.
Enjoying each other's company.
Yeah. No doubt.
But, like...
She seems like great company.
I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's like super cool. She seems super, super cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about that arrangement.
Yeah, it's rough.
That's tough. That's a tough
rough one. I didn't mean to put you in the hot seat.
You did.
You know. I needed to know.
I actually have a question for you. And I'm going to preface it with one of my little handy soundboard noises, okay?
Uh-oh.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
So, Trevor, for those of you who don't know what that was Miss Rebecca Black, who had a song called Friday.
Yes.
Just for those of you who just...
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Anyway, so that's Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I heard that you did a song with Rebecca Black.
This is true. Okay, so let me break this down.
You need to tell me because I don't know. I don't know this.
Matt brought he was talking about something about Rebecca Black the other day, and I was like, oh, you know, like I have a song with her, a music video with her. And he's like, don't say anything else. We're saving this for the podcast. So
I'm so excited.
We literally saved this for you guys so I could tell this story.
I'm so excited. Tell me everything. Don't spare any details.
So, first of all, are you able to like look anything up and watch?
Yes.
And then we could put it up in the corner if we wanted to.
Exactly.
Okay. So first, let me preface this story, and then you can look it up.
Okay.
You're already looking it up.
I'm halfway there.
Okay. So first of all, Rebecca, a friend of mine, not super close, but first of all, she's super sweet. She's a great person. She's totally fucking awesome. People know her from her song Friday. If you're not familiar with that, it was a huge, massive #1 smash in the late 2010s or whenever it was.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a gimmicky song. Like it took off because it was like viral because it was like how would you explain it?
It was like a meme.
Yeah.
It was like because it was kind of like amateurly shot.
Like it was so bad that it was like good.
Right. Exactly. It was. You could tell that the music wasn't very well written.
Yeah, and the video was funny.
The video was funny.
It was the perfect storm to go viral.
Right.
So, anyways,
but it was done with like really good cameras.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like really high quality cameras, but the video itself was like them driving around with horrible effects and like.
I remember that.
It was brutal.
Okay. So, anyways, all that being said, I ended up. I think it was. God, was this before? Oh, this was before I did American Idol. I ended up with a management company. I won't say their name. It didn't. We ended up not working together and whatever. But anyways, they also at the time repped Rebecca. I don't know if they still do or not. They were like, "Hey, Trevor, Rebecca is going to be shooting a cover music video for the song Straight Up." Like, you know, Straight Up.
I see it right here.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
So they go, you know, we think you should be in it. You should sing it with her. At the time I was thinking about, I was doing country music. I'm like, I don't see how this fits, but I don't want to be one of those people that's like closed-minded. So I'm like, okay, like let's see what this is about.
Sure.
So, and like I said, Rebecca's a great person. I just didn't know brand-wise, it made no sense for me. I'm like, I don't know if this is a good business move or not. So then they're like, yeah, here's the premise. Okay, we're going to get you guys in roller skates, and you guys are going to sing Straight Up together, and you're going to roller skate around. And I'm like, am I off, or like does that sound like the worst idea I've ever heard in my life?
To me, it sounds like the best idea because you want to know why? Because I get to watch it right now. Because I get to watch it.
So, anyways, I did it.
I'm so excited.
Here it is. Check it out.
I got to get through this ad here. No, there's no way. Hold on a second. Oh my God,
bro! Honestly though, I think you're gonna dig the song though. It's not bad.
She's kind of smoking. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot what she looked like.
In a dream. I don't know it.
Oh yeah, the Paul Abdul tune.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at you.
Are all that you see. Then baby, I'm moving way too slow.
my part's kind of smoky. I think you're gonna like it.
I've been a
This
fool
kind of
before. Would you
slaps.
like to get
It's
my
not
love
bad.
card in the sliding door? How about some information, please? Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh, am I caught in a hit and run?
The moves, dude.
Straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together?
This is nice.
And I could skate because I'm a hockey player, so that's why I knew how to skate.
You guys have skates on?
Oh yeah, but you'll see it.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they show it.
They don't. I don't see the bottom of your feet, but
Waiting for some small clue,
hey.
and I keep getting chills, thinking your love is
Oh
true.
my God.
I've been a
Ooh.
fool before, would like to get my love caught in the slamming
I wonder if we're
door.
gonna get in trouble
How
for
about some
playing all this audio.
information, please? Yeah.
Well, we'll stop it there. Let me tell you something. That slapped.
You were expecting way worse.
I
right?
thought it was gonna be terrible.
Okay.
I'm actually that was actually really good. It was actually really cool.
I was scared that it was gonna end up being like another like a
Well,
meme.
well,
situation.
she was like super young when
Oh,
she
yeah,
did
yeah.
the
This was 10
Friday.
years later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, she was like 16 or 15
yeah,
or something,
yeah,
and she
exactly.
was still like figuring out how to sing and,
Yeah.
and all that, right?
Yeah,
Which obviously, she got a lot better. That
Oh,
was,
for sure.
This was great.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was how many views is this thing got?
only like 80 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. That was really well done. It was
Yeah.
really good. I mean, the silhouette shit was a little corny.
Yeah, yeah.
But and they don't show your feet. I didn't know you
That's
were
crazy.
skating.
I forgot.
There's no feet.
Damn.
They're cut off.
Okay.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
So that was pretty smoking.
Yes.
That was like I said, way more impressed with how good that was than I thought. I thought it was gonna be pretty brutal, but it wasn't. It was really good.
I learned something in that situation, which is you can make any situation cool if you just like commit and you just like
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's impossible to make something feel good when you're not fully going for it.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
that's really interesting. That's so funny and so random.
I know.
And and thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
really-
It's my pleasure. Thanks for bringing it up.
You're very courageous.
Shout out Rebecca. She is such a sweetheart.
Yeah, no,
Super-
we should have her on the podcast.
we should. We definitely should.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
Anyway, Trevarius. So we're gonna keep the podcast rolling here.
Let's do it.
We're going to do a little 2 truths and a lie, just for
Uh-oh.
fun, just to let the folks at home
Let's do it.
really get to know us a
Let's
little
do
bit
it.
more.
I'm ready.
For those of you who don't know 2 truths and a lie,
Wait, I got to think of one now.
yeah, okay. For those of you who don't know 2 truths and a lie, it's when you say 3 things about yourself. 2 of them, wait, 2 of them are true.
Yeah,
and one of
one's a lie.
them's a lie.
Yeah.
And you have to pick the thing that's a lie. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't even know how to fucking play the game,
Yeah.
but that's how you
do
play.
it.
Okay.
Do you have one? Are you ready to go?
I could be.
Because then you can go and I can kind of think of them if you want.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I got to think of them for mine because I don't know. There's a couple things I don't know if you know it or not.
Yeah, that's gonna be the hard thing with us is that we know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
The Rebecca Black thing would have been a
Yeah.
phenomenal
Oh,
thing.
that
to
would
tell.
have got you for sure.
Yeah. I could go.
Okay.
2 truths and a lie. Here we go. I got kicked out of Catholic school. I made an appearance on a Nickelodeon show.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a really bad hang gliding accident.
So I already know the answers.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
How do you know?
Because I know your Catholic school story. I know your Nickelodeon story.
Shit.
Well, I know you don't hang glide.
I should have said something other than hang gliding. What a stupid thing is that? Obviously, that's the lie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I lose.
I was gonna pretend just for the audience, but I wouldn't do you like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to get the ball rolling. Really.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna try one on you. Let's see. Okay. 2 truths and a lie.
Go for it.
I've ridden in an elevator with Tom Brady. I've shared a limo with Michael Jordan. I've played golf with Michael Vick.
You never shared a limo with Michael Jordan. There's no fucking way. There's no way because you would have told me that.
Did I tell you the other two?
No. No, you played golf with Michael Vick.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
wild.
this was right after his dog allegations.
No way.
Yeah, this was...
Where was this?
So I was a personal assistant for a movie producer, and this movie producer was working firsthand with Michael Vick, helping develop his clothing line at the time. It's called V7. And so they flew us out.
I bet that got shut down pretty quick.
Very quickly. I still have some of the V7 merch. It's probably worth money because it was
probably
super limited.
Yeah,
edition.
it's very rare.
I'm gonna have to sell it online, yeah. So they flew us out there for out to Hawaii for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And I got to hang with him the whole time, went golfing with him. The dude's just like a natural athlete.
Yeah.
He was slamming like driving the ball like 500 yards, like barely trying.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I'm sure. Yeah, he's quite the athlete.
Yeah. Quite the dog fighter.
Yeah. He got.
Too soon. No, he seemed like a really good dude. He seemed like a
Yeah.
really good dude.
I mean, I don't really know the whole story, but I know that he
got in trouble being involved with like some dog fighting rings, which is terrible.
Right.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Song's a banger.
It really is such a good song. It really is.
I got another question for you. This one's
answer
not
for you.
quite as crazy as the ScarJo question,
Tell me.
but it's equally as important. So, what did you think that you were gonna be? What did you think you were gonna grow up and do or be when you were a kid?
Oh wow.
Was it always baseball?
It was always baseball. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was pretty much always baseball. I had that in my mind and in my sight.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I thought I was going to do and what I wanted to do too.
Yeah.
I when I was really young, I had the want to be an astronaut, want to be a cowboy, all that all that stuff.
Yeah.
And also obviously music was always a part of my life.
Yeah.
And it's just when I was younger, I just was getting constant opportunities for baseball and it's what I feel like I was like born to do with as well as music too.
Yeah.
I feel like those two things, which is funny because I'm a Gemini and I feel like if there's any astrology thing that's in my life, it's those two things, which is like music and baseball. Music and sports are usually not two things that are closely related.
That's where we also can.
I know exactly,
That's
which is maybe that's why we got along so well because we see a lot of each other in each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Pause. But yeah. That was. What about you?
So I definitely hockey was on my radar, but it's so funny because I remember, like when you're a kid, you think that like when your dad tells you something, like you think that your dad is like a legend, like he knows everything. My dad, when I was a kid, he used to tell me, he's like, when you grow up, he's like, you need to be a real estate attorney. It's like, that's where the money is. So starting at like 7 years old in elementary school, he'd be like, so what do you guys want to, they go around the classroom, kid's like astronaut, this kid's like, pilot. I'm like, I want to be a real estate attorney. The teacher's like,
little Trevor.
The teacher's like, what? And
That's
I'm like, yeah,
hilarious.
that's where the money is. And she's
That's
like,
well, he's not
all
wrong.
right.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. So that didn't happen for me, but maybe someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he's not wrong.
No.
And you still have time.
He still tells me to this day, he's like, you're 31. You need to get a real job. You need to be a real estate attorney. I'm like, I know, Dad. I'm working on it.
That's the thing, man. You gotta keep doing what you love doing.
Yeah.
For as long as you can.
I agree. I have done everything I possibly can to avoid a regular 9 to 5.
Same.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the thing is, man? It's like I just said, you do what you love for as long as you can, and that's really just
And then you die.
And then you die.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So none of it matters anyway.
So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You might as well go out fucking swinging. You know what I mean?
I couldn't agree more.
That's
Life
the thing.
is short.
Life is so short, and like,
Yeah.
if you have the opportunity to do something that you love or even remotely like,
Yeah.
that might not be the straightest path to success or monetary success,
Yeah.
I say take that, if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy.
Yeah, dude.
You know that song?
Yeah, of course. That song was a banger. Another 90s, right? Yeah, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know
Classic.
what I'm saying?
No, I'm always caught in that duality of like, part of me would love security, knowing that like when I'm older and my body's not able to work, that I'll be financially
Right.
set and all that, right? And then the other part of me is like, what if I get hit by a bus in a week?
Right.
And I spent my whole life working towards something that I don't even like.
Exactly.
So I've gone with the the getting hit by a bus
And
scenario.
and you know what? It's worked out thus far.
Yeah.
For you. For
Well,
sure.
I 100% believe that if you keep truly grinding at whatever it is you love, you will carve out some path that you enjoy
100%.
eventually. Whether maybe it's a little off what you expected, but it will be somewhere in the avenue of something you actually enjoy doing.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
It's just the taking the leap, and
Right.
it's just like the
It's
trying.
scary.
It is. It's scary, and it's filled with no's and failing attempts. But
Yeah.
that's all part of life, and I'd rather fail at something that I love
Yeah.
than succeed at
have
something
regret.
I hate. Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
It's so true. I mean, same thing. Just like entering into the business of entertainment and going into this world that's so difficult to get into. Of course, your friends and your family, they want the best for you,
Right.
and they want you to be secure.
Yeah.
So when they know that you're negative $250 in your bank account every single month when rent comes up,
Yeah.
it's a scary thing for them, and I get that.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, for me, I've never been happier than when I've been pursuing music. I've never been more fulfilled and just happy with the pursuit of trying to make it and trying to put my songs out into the world so that they could hopefully sustain some time and just be around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, it never mattered to me about the money. I didn't give a shit that I had no money. I never cared. I never cared. I was like, it's gonna come. That'll come.
Yeah.
But you gotta work. You gotta take those stupid gigs that are $50 a pop, and you gotta grind it out. And
Yeah.
how about this? What were some of the regular jobs that you've had?
Oh God.
Because I got some doozies.
Yeah. So the first job I ever had was I did land surveying. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was they call it a Rodman. I used to hold the
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, same thing. So I used to hold. It has like a laser that it shoots, and you scared the shit out. I had flashbacks to this job. Oh, I think I just crapped my pants. But yeah,
It's got a laser that shoots out of it. Yeah.
So I used to hold a rod, and it has a mirror on it, and whatever. I was 17, and I think I was making like $20 an hour cash. So at the time, it was great. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That, and then I will say, and I worked at a gym for years. I was a manager at Gold's Gym for 3 years.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Making $8 an hour as a manager.
They're killing it.
Yeah,
there
killing
you go.
But
Money bags.
and I've done so many random. I mean, I worked at Christmas tree lots, pumpkin or Halloween pumpkin fucking lots.
Like where people come and pick
pumpkin
up their
patch. Jesus, I can't think of
They
words.
come and pick up pumpkins.
Yeah,
And you
and I used to
help them.
I used to have to. They would deliver thousands of pumpkins on a semi truck, and you fill up the wheelbarrow and run it like 200 yards down to the front of the thing, come back all day long.
Dude,
I
that's
was jacked.
Yeah,
I was jacked.
yeah, that's the most perfect thing for you.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
I can only picture you doing that.
Yeah, it was great.
You got a flannel that's like cut off.
That's exactly
and
what
you
it
like
was.
got a wheelbarrow full of jack-o'-lanterns.
That was me, dude.
And you're like,
That was
hey,
me.
would you
Yeah.
want me to pack it into
Hey, you
your
want-
car? And they're like, yes, Trevor.
But I will say, hands down, the worst job I've ever had that I am just so not cut out for is being a personal assistant.
Yeah.
I can't multitask. I can't remember anything.
Yeah.
I hate being yelled at. I just fucking hated it.
Yeah, that's
the
bad.
worst.
What were you PAing at?
So there was a guy. I'm not going to say his name on here, but
disclose.
he was a movie producer. He was kind of working his way up. Younger guy. It just wasn't pleasant.
He was just like ordering you around. His little bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I wasn't making. I was making no money. I was still going to school full time at the time, and it was just brutal.
That sucks.
It was brutal, and I ended up getting fired. The only job I've been fired from.
Really?
Yeah, I got fired because he didn't like cheese on his burgers, and so I was working for him for a year at this point. By far his longest lasting assistant. Anyways, I ordered an In-N-Out burger for him, and I even said no cheese on the burger, but I didn't double check. So anyways, he's in a meeting with people from Lionsgate or wherever it was, and I hand him the food. He checks it. I'm walking away, and he's like, Trevor, he's like, get the fuck back here. I'm like, oh God. And I come back, and he's like, there's cheese on this fucking burger.
Oh
I'm
my
like, oh,
God.
Basically, he was like, get your shit, get the fuck out.
Right there, right then?
Yeah, and then replaced me with my best friend, who he had me training to work under me.
Oh my God.
And then he called me that day, and he's like, sorry, it didn't work out. He's like, but just so you know, I'm replacing you with your friend. I was like,
oh my God.
nice.
Well, you know what? Fuck that guy. I hope he
Yeah.
chokes on some cheese.
Well, he'll probably see this. He still reaches out to this day, and
Oh, you guys are cool?
we don't like hang out.
Yeah. But he's like, hey, you're like famous now. Let me be like cool to you.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Get your own goddamn burger, you piece of shit.
Oh man. But anyways, yeah. What was your worst job you've had?
Oh man.
Or what were some of the jobs you've had?
Well, I sold cars. That was a car.
I'd buy a car. I'd
Car
buy a
salesman?
few cars from you.
Would you?
Yeah.
It was at a Honda dealership, so they
Oh, yeah.
basically sold themselves.
Yeah.
I was a music teacher for a little while.
That makes sense.
That was actually not that bad.
Oh yeah, music teacher.
Yep.
Yeah. So wait, so you taught kids?
I taught kids and adults.
Nice.
I taught at it was like I forget the Cocapelli School of Music or something like that. It was in Connecticut.
Oh wow.
And I taught guitar. I taught basic piano stuff because I'm not great.
Can you? I forget. You can read music though, right?
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
But what I was doing was kind of just introductory stuff.
Got it.
And then I was doing some vocal lessons too.
Oh, okay.
Which was that's an interesting thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I could use some of those. So if you
No,
wanna,
you
if you wanna
sing
help me out.
sing great. You sing
Dude,
great.
you got to teach me those runs.
I
That's
could
what I wanna
definitely
learn.
show you some good techniques on runs.
Once I learn runs, it's over for these bitches.
I think you're right.
It's over.
That's you definitely are onto something there for sure. No, but so that was a pretty interesting job. I didn't mind that. It definitely wasn't like fulfilling me at all.
Yeah.
I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Oh really?
And that was the most
soul crushing.
The most soul crushing job.
How long did you work there for?
About a year. I don't think I had any job besides like bartending, excuse me, for longer than a year.
Did you ever do bouncing?
No, never did any like security stuff or nothing like that.
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I feel like they probably approach you all the time. Like, hey, can you just like come bounce our bar?
I've
and
gotten
no one will
I've gotten some offers for like door guy stuff. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I never did any of that stuff. I probably should have.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. Just
Yeah.
sit there and just
beat up drunk people
Yeah.
that are acting out of line.
grab
Yeah.
some people by the collar.
Yeah.
No, I never did that. But Enterprise, I gotta just tell you, just just to get it off my chest.
Yeah, let's hear it. This is therapy.
Enterprise was like the worst possible scenario because let me tell you why. First of all, you get sucked in by.
Before you say this, I just want to make sure. So we don't want Enterprise as a sponsor of this.
Oh,
podcast,
this is
'cause this is gonna for sure.
Fuck, dude.
We're for sure not gonna get them as a sponsor.
Let me think about this.
No,
because
if they hurt my Uncle Matt. Fuck
okay,
them.
thank you. All
Fuck
right,
them.
they did.
Okay,
they
then
did.
fuck
They
them. We don't
hurt
need them
me.
as a sponsor.
Okay, good.
In fact, we're gonna find a rival.
Hertz.
Hertz sponsor this podcast.
Hertz, you hear that?
Yeah.
We're coming for you.
Okay.
Enterprise did me dirty, bro.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Just because the environment was so brutal.
Yeah.
You get drawn in by like a decent salary, right?
Okay.
It's like you get a pretty decent salary
Yeah.
out the gate. for it's called the management trainee job. That's the opening position there.
Sounds hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
And it's basically you have to wear a full suit.
Okay.
And in New England, this is particularly brutal because you have to wear a full suit with dress shoes in the wintertime.
Oh, God.
So you have to wake up, and that's the other thing. You had to get there it was like 6 in the morning when you had to get there. So you had to wake up at like 4:30.
Yeah.
Take a shower, get out of the shower, get into your friggin' suit in the morning, and then you had to stumble through the snow to your car. It's freezing. You're freezing.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah.
And then you had to drive over to the car lot. You had to park your car, and then you had to get out, and you had to clean all the snow off the cars in your fucking suit.
Oh, God.
And you couldn't wear snow boots. You couldn't wear the snow shit.
Oh, God.
They made you wear a goddamn suit.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll move on past the suit. So then you go inside, and then you have to get all the cars ready for the day. You have a list of people that are coming in to rent the cars, and everybody needs specific things, and they're very particular. And then a line just forms, and they're just angry. People are just angry.
Yeah, no
and
one's
miserable.
happy at Enterprise.
Miserable, bro. Miserable. Everything's wrong. And this isn't the right car. This doesn't have gas in it. It's all messed up.
Yeah.
And it's just, dude, it's just all day of that. And I worked from like 6:30 in the morning till like 7 at night every day. And it was like sometimes you would stay there until 8, and then you basically go home, pass out, and do it all over again.
Oh, God.
And that to me was like the darkest of days.
See, people waiting in line at Disneyland are not happy. I can't imagine people waiting in line at Enterprise.
Exactly.
Unpleasant.
Especially because they're there most of the time because they got into a car
accident. Yeah.
And then they're just like mad. They're super mad.
God.
It was not pleasurable.
That's a nightmare.
Enterprise, the little fun thing that they do is they make the MTs go pick up people too.
Ah.
So you had to be a glorified friggin' taxi driver too.
Damn.
You had to go pick them up, drive them back to the place.
Did they have you escort at all?
I should have.
Yeah,
I should
you would have made way more
now.
money.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
I should have done that. Like I should have been smart about it and said, "Hey, if I'm here, might as well get paid."
It should have been and a surprise.
Hey, enter surprise. Enter surprise, bro.
We got to copyright that so they don't
Oh
steal
my
it.
god, dude, that's brilliant. I should have. Don't get startled, okay? I definitely should have done that. That would have been.
Oh my god.
I just show up in the Enterprise. Here's your keys, man.
Did you call enter surprise?
Oh my god, dude. I definitely should have done that.
Man.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, sorry, man. That sucks.
No, that's okay. I other than those and like just a few other random things,
But those were all character building for sure.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yep.
And then I was a constant gigger when I came out here, just gigging all the time.
Yeah.
I had a full time.
That sounds dirty. I don't know why.
Yeah, just a full time bar gig.
Yeah.
Situation down in Masters. We were playing that like 3-4 nights a week, and then a couple other places a few nights a week.
Yeah, and that's where you know Felly from, my fellow
Felly.
American Idol alum.
I love Felly so much.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's the sweetest girl.
She was on the group rounds, and during Hollywood Week at American Idol, you have a group and like you do dances and all this crazy shit.
Oh,
she
yeah.
was in my group round.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
we gotta one day go back and watch some of that together.
I don't know if I can.
You got it.
Yeah.
We also got to go back and watch the other show together.
Cannot. I still to this day haven't watched the episode with Natasha.
You know what we should do? We should do a podcast episode where we watch that episode and we break it down.
Okay, I'm down only if I can get wasted.
Yeah, we'll get drunk every time you like say a certain word. We'll pick a word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or like every time she's like mean to you.
Oh, I'll be wasted. Just wasted.
No, we should definitely do that for sure.
I'm down.
We should watch a couple of the episodes and like, relive some of it and relive some of the good times, some of the
That'd be fun.
Some of the bad times.
I will say, and I'm probably biased because we were on the show, but I think that at first everyone in Bachelor Nation was like, we're not going to watch this shitty spinoff show. And the people that watched it were surprised at how entertaining it was. And I think it's a very underrated show. Like, I think if more people watched it, they'd be like, oh, this show's pretty entertaining.
I think that they were definitely onto something for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely could have tweaked some stuff.
Yeah.
But for a first try at that, I think it went well. They did good. And
I'll never forget it, and we got a bromance out of it.
we did.
Yep.
We certainly did. Bromantic.
Bromantic. Speaking of which, bromantic.
Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna land on for calling the podcast Bromantic.
I'm with it.
The Bromantic podcast.
I'm with it.
It's a working title.
Yeah.
Might change.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
Let's go with that for now.
Let's do it. Well, we're gonna work on. This was our first. We were popping cherry. This is our first one.
Exactly, and it feels good.
Feels
It feels so good.
But we're gonna be working on getting some pretty sweet guests on here.
Yes, for sure. We'll get some really good guests.
Yeah.
We'll be introducing some music segments, I think.
Yep.
We're going to maybe even play some stuff at some point of our own.
Yep.
Maybe do some goofy live stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm with it.
Take our
We
pants
might
off.
do an enter surprise.
Yeah, we definitely should do that.
Got to.
We should do a whole episode with our pants off, and then you don't know until the end when we stand up, and it's just hogs out. You know what I mean? We could blur it out.
I love it.
But you know what I mean?
love
No one
it.
knows, and then at the end we like take a bow.
Yeah.
But instead of a bow, we helicopter.
I love it.
Helicopter right out here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Well, now that this has gone off the rails a bit,
Yep.
this has been a really nice time, bro.
It's been awesome.
It's been bromantic.
It's been real. Yes, it has.
And I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
We're gonna do a lot more
Yep.
of these.
We should normalize dude friends telling each other that they love each
Yeah,
other.
that's totally.
Yeah.
Call your friend right
Yeah.
now, and you tell him that you love him.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to
it.
do.
Yeah.
And if you don't have any friends that you love that are your bros, get some better fucking friends.
That's very facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
there you go. Little
All right, bromantic.
romantic. I'm gonna leave us. I'm gonna take us out here with. Let's see what I got here. That would be nice to take us out. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, we want to thank our sponsors: Gucci, GQ,
Yep.
NFL,
Yep.
NHL, MLB, Trojan.
Yep.
Great sponsors for our first podcast.
Exactly. Thank you guys. Yes, we appreciate the sponsorships and all that stuff that he just said is totally real.
Yeah. They don't pay us, or know us.
But
But
you
they
know,
will.
They will eventually. Exactly. You could find our podcast everywhere that you can find podcasts, which is what iTunes and shit like
or
that.
the podcast app.
The podcast app. Yep. We're gonna put links in our Instagram. We're gonna create an Instagram for this. We have a lot of back end stuff to do. So basically, thank you guys. Love you guys. You guys are smoking.
Super smoking.
Thanks for being a part of the Bromantic podcast.
Love you guys.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.